Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, hope you're doing well. We are back in Microsoft Flight Simulator for a new video, and today we're looking at another Autoland procedure, this time for the new Fenix A319, and we'll discuss how we configure the plane, fly our approach and then perform the Autoland. And we're flying this EasyJet service into Manchester, and we're on the Cat 3 ILS approach down onto runway 05 left, and you can actually see the airfield down there below us if you look just below the wing. So let's hop inside the flight deck and get started. So there's a pretty cool view of the airport down there below us. Let's start by winding in our altitude of 3,000 feet, and then I'll pop the plane into managed descent. There we go. And that is the cabin crew prepared for our landing, so we'll acknowledge that. And let's brief this approach into Manchester then. So we are inbound 231 degrees to the Manchester VOR, and we're going to carry on flying 231 degrees out to 10 DME. Then we're going to turn left 186 degrees where we need to be max 210 knots, followed by a right turn 6 degrees onto our final approach course of 52 degrees, where we will intercept our glide slope at 3,000 feet. And for the Autoland, we're looking for the Cat 3A ILS, and then you can see our descent profile. We're going to fly directly above the airfield, turning back and then down onto runway 05 left. And if we just hop outside, we should get a decent view of the airfield there below us as we fly overhead. There it is. It's looking pretty cool. That's definitely the thumbnail for the video sorted anyway. Happy with that. Right, first off then, we need to check our ILS frequency and course. So we've got an inbound course of 52 degrees and 109.5 for the frequency. So into the RadNav page and just double check that, so 109.5, and we've got a course of 51 degrees, so that should be fine. I won't change that, it might just be a bit of a discrepancy, but should be close enough. Okay, as the sun is beginning to set, it's getting a bit gloomy in here, so let's pop some lights on, and we'll pop these on as well. Here we go, and do the same on the first officer's side. Okay. So we're going to shortly be starting our turn in right. So if we take a closer look at our nav display, we can see this sort of teardrop shape, and we're going to turn right and then back on ourselves and down onto the runway. Okay, so we're just beginning our turn in now, so let's hop outside and take a look at this sunset. I mean, as much as I am looking forward to 2024, I don't know how they're going to make it look much better than that really. That is absolutely stunning. And as for this little 319, well, it's just adorable, isn't it? Look at that. Right, back to getting set up for this Autoland then. Let's engage the localizer. And if we take a look at the PFD, we've got Navlock and now Lock Star, so that's all good. We're on the localizer. And I'll just wait for the plane to complete its turn in right onto our final approach course, and then I can engage the LS mode and approach mode as well. So we're nearly there. Let's just get our flight plan back up. Okay, let's engage LS mode then. There we go. And if we take a look at our PFD, you can see our ILS frequency, and we've got 14 DME to go. So let's also engage our approach mode. Okay, so that's all looking good. Everything's set up to intercept our glide slope, and we are still rattling along at 250 knots, which is a little bit fast, and the 319 is a little bit slippery too, so let's be proactive and start winding our speed back, and we'll go all the way down to 200 knots I think. There we go, 200. This is actually going to be quite an interesting test of the Autoland. We're crabbing quite considerably. We've got a 17 knot crosswind at the moment, just 10 DME to go. We're about to intercept our glide. You can see the magenta diamond coming down, and there's visual on our runway there in front of us. So let's start our flap extension then. We'll go flaps 1, check, and I think it's probably a good time. What are we now, 9 DME. Let's get our gear down nice and early. I said the 319 is a little bit slippery, and here comes the landing gear. Get a great shot of the slats there as well, look, under the wing. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, let's continue winding our speed back. Let's go 180 knots then. Set, and we will go flaps 2. Check. So I'm pretty happy with how we're managing the energy. I don't think we're going to need to use our speed brake, so let's continue winding our speed back and go 160 knots. Set. And we will also go flaps 3. Check. And we've now intercepted our glide slope, so we can enter our missed approach altitude, which was 3,500 feet. Set. And if we take a look at our nav display, we've still got a fairly considerable crosswind, so I am quite looking forward to seeing how the Autoland is going to handle that. And let's wind in our final approach ref of 130 knots. Set. And we will go flaps full. Check. And our landing checklist is now on our ECAM display, so let's arm our ground spoilers. So landing gear down, signs on, cabin ready, spoilers arm and flaps full. And that is our landing checklist complete. So 1,000 to go then, and the only thing we need to concentrate on doing is idling our throttles and sort of steering in a straight line on the runway. The plane will take care of the rest. And in fact, there is something I've forgotten to do. We need to engage AP2 as well, otherwise the Autoland won't work. That'll be a bit of a damp squib. Yeah, AP1 and 2 engaged, Cat3 dual, so that is what we're looking for. So that's us all configured for our Autoland then. We've got 2 whites, 2 reds on the Pappies, which is cool. We've got Mako Simulations Manchester installed as well, which is an absolutely fantastic scenery. I know they are actually working on version 2 now, so if you were thinking about getting it, maybe hang fire until they release version 2. If it's as good as this one, it'll be really, really good. 400 to go then. So let's sit back, relax, and let the plane take care of the landing.
300.
Check. I'm pretty impressed with how it's handling this crosswind so far.
200.
Here we go then.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Retard.
So throttle's idled. And that is the autopilot disengaged and touchdown. And we just bring it back to the centre line and reverses green. And manual braking. Okay, and welcome to Manchester, guys. And I'm actually really impressed with how it handled that landing, especially with the crosswind as we were sort of crabbing on touchdown. I did just need to correct slightly to bring it back to the centre line, but all in all, pretty good. Right, so let's vacate at this next exit on the left. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up there for today, guys, and leave you with this stunning sunset. So that concludes how we perform an Autoland in the Fenix A319. I hope you found the video useful. If you did, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.